Resting Rich Face Mob Wife Edition. Okay, we know the core of Resting Rich Face is a very natural look that shows off your features more than it shows off the makeup. So we're gonna take that to a smoky eye and a little bit more lip color to get a inspiration from the Mob Wife look without looking tacky. Let's get started. And this is the perfect time to introduce a new Science of Pretty product. It's eyeshadow. Here it is. This is the eyeshadow that works on just about every skin tone, the eyeshadow that can be a crease color, it can be a liner, it can do a smoky eye, and that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna use the Everything Eye Brush and our bronze eyeshadow, and we're gonna take and just kind of wiggle back and forth. This is a cream formula, and it is very long lasting. We're gonna hit the lash line first, and you'll see that this is a very buildable product, okay? This is gonna go on in layers, so I recommend you do one eye, then do the other, then go back and add another layer. Just give it a little second to kind of sit there a bit. We're gonna keep the top fairly safe, and we're gonna go a little darker on the bottom than you might think that we would. So we're just layering this on. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it, so it gives off light, but it also darkens the eyelid, which really kind of gets rid of this skin up here that is competing for attention. So you can go in and color your whole lid if you want to. I'm just gonna keep it right at my lash line. I wanna make sure that I get some into the corner. That little spot right there takes a little bit more finesse, just a little time to sort of work the product in there. Sometimes you'll have to pull your eye out, and it really helps to do it with your eye open instead of closed. Make sure your arms are not coming over like this, but that you're applying it with your arms down like this, okay? I think that's dark enough for me. I'm gonna go to the bottom now, and I wanna go right on the waterline. Okay, we're gonna take that pink waterline and make it a bronzier, browner color. It's not gonna stick true to color on your waterline, but it is gonna alter the pinkness of the waterline. All right, I wanna connect the bottom and the top ones on the outside. Make sure that there's no skin space right here. And then we wanna go all the way to the tear duct and almost connect them all the way around right here too. Now, this is one of the most important parts of a smoky eye to make it look successful and not just tacky. You need to make sure that it is feathered out and very soft, and bringing it down in this area right here by the tear duct is very important. So you want this to, in order to elongate the eye this way, you want this to look more like a straight line across than an arch, okay? But subtly. So we're gonna pull this down right here because this is the lowest part and this is the highest part. So to get that a little bit more linear, we wanna make it look lower here and a little lower here. So don't go too low right here. Just bring it down here and here. And with a soft color like this, it's really pretty foolproof, okay? So we're gonna do the other side. We'll hit the waterline all the way across and then do the lashes, and you can go a little bit below. It also cleans up really nicely. If you get a little out of control, just wipe it before it has a time to kind of dry and set. So we're gonna pull down right here, and we're gonna pull down just a little bit right here. Now we're not going for an actual linear line, but I think you get the point. So we can go in and clean that up a little bit if you need to. Looks like I got a little crazy there. Another tip to a really good smoky eye is that you should be a little worried about it before you get your mascara on. A smoky eye is always just gonna look a little too dirty until you have your mascara on. That's what really brings it all together. And you do wanna do mascara on the top and the bottom, but very lightly on the bottom. So we're gonna get to that. But I just wanted to mention that if you feel insecure about a smoky eye, it all makes sense in the end. And before we get to the darker lip of the Mob Wife edition, I want to talk about another important part of a smoky eye is to make sure that the area around the eye is really clean so that your smoked effect is really the center stage, which is making your eyeball the center stage because it's darkening, it's taking away all color competition so that the whites of the eyes to the iris is the greatest contrast on your face and therefore absolutely impossible to miss, okay? So your powder puff and a little bit of powder, this is the Science of Pretty Cool Matte Powder. I'm gonna put in a little bit in the lid and just a little bit of that and clean up this corner right here and just make sure that you don't have any eyeshadow or shadows. They got a little out of control. And then you can also take your Everything eye brush, wipe it off, take a little bit of that powder and clean up the brow bone too. If you have any discoloration there, just don't forget that powder can work really anywhere. Never get stuck in thinking that a makeup product is only good for its intended purpose. Makeup is just makeup. It can be used anywhere as long as it's formulated appropriately. But powder certainly isn't a problem. So I don't have any blush on yet. All I did before I got started on the eye look was underpainting, foundation, and powder, the setting powder. I added a little bit more setting powder to make sure that that was clean. And now we need to put a blush on. I'm gonna go with a mauve-y blush, just a very mauve blush. The one I'm using is an old powder. I don't even know that it's available anymore, but the Rare Beauty Mauve cream blush is a great option and that I think is on my list too. If you don't have my list, you can email me and I will send you a list of the products that I recommend and love that are pretty universal that I think just about anybody can really make use of. So here is a lip color that I'm testing. So you'll have to let me know if you think this should be the next Science of Pretty product. We're going to go on the vermilion border. So you're going to find the pink of your lips and you're going to start sketching just outside of the pink, on the edge of the pink. That is your vermilion border. And you want to get that wax. The back and forth sketchy motion is depositing wax inside the little fine lines around the lip and making them look a little bit fuller. And this also protects your gloss. So we're gonna get the line kind of built and then we're gonna take it just a little step further and fill in. It should feel a little sticky, a little tacky. That's how you get your lips to last for 6 hours or more. You want to make sure that they are not slippery. A lot of really high-end lip liners have so many great ingredients in them that just your face just eats those ingredients and they don't stay put. So you want a wax that has some stick to it. I went ahead and applied mascara. Here's a quick tip to applying mascara to the bottom, which I think is important for a smoky eye. Put it on a brush and just hit those little bottom lashes, kind of going back and forth sideways on them. This is going to keep those big clumps from grabbing onto those delicate little baby bottom lashes. You don't want these lashes to really be anything other than black. They need to absorb light, not reflect light, but you really don't need them longer, thicker, stronger, like just black. That's all they need to be. And this brush is also on my list. If you email me, you can get a copy of that with some links and articles and all kinds of other info. No trick, it's just an email. Resting Rich Face, Mob Wife Edition.